Are you the person that hears from Bitcoin when it's at its all-time high and you feel like you missed the bull market, but you still FOMO in at the top and you panic sell at the bottom? Most people are controlled by their emotions. Me too. I lost so much money in crypto because I was too emotional, but I learned from that. And it's also very hard to convince yourself to buy crypto when it's at its bottom, and it's very hard to sell Bitcoin when everybody's screaming like we're gonna go to $100,000 next week. So hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video I will give you the seemingly easy strategy, but you know what? It changed my life financially. So let's get straight into the content. In this video, we will discuss two main topics. The first thing we will talk about is the Bitcoin cycles, and we will talk about the halving. I created this graphic so that you get a better understanding where we are at the current cycle. And we will compare that cycle to its history and its present. There's a saying, the past doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. And I want to show you that actually the Bitcoin cycle rhymes a lot, and how the halving actually influenced always and was a catalyst for the next Bitcoin bull cycle. If you're asking yourself, what is the Bitcoin halving? Here a quick overview. Miners verify Bitcoin transactions on the blockchain. For doing that, they receive newly created Bitcoins. When Bitcoin was created in 2009 by Satoshi Nakamoto, the amount of Bitcoins created by miners was 50 every 10 minutes. Those 50 Bitcoins got distributed fairly to everyone in the network, offering computing power to verify Bitcoin transactions. So every time a block is full of Bitcoin transactions, it is verified by miners. And you need to think about it, every block, like a block is like a paper. There are 2,000 transactions. Every time 2,000 transactions are taken by miners, they are verified, and then newly Bitcoins are minted. That's the concept behind that. And then once these 50 Bitcoins are minted by miners, they are distributed equally to everyone, giving a certain amount of energy to the whole network. The genius thing that actually Satoshi Nakamoto did is he actually implemented the Bitcoin halving. That means that every 210,000 blocks, which is 210,000 paper size of 2,000 transactions, the rewards that are minted for miners is cut in half. And every 210,000 blocks equals around every 4 years. So every 4 years, the amount of Bitcoins that are created by miners is halved. Or you could say every 4 years, the inflation rate is halved, which is basically a very important thing to understand why Bitcoin will grow in the future eventually. So I created this graphic to show you the current cycle of Bitcoin, and I will exactly show you when the halvings took place. So let's start with the graphic. As you can see here, in December 2012, the first Bitcoin halving took place, where the inflation rate of Bitcoin got cut from 50 Bitcoins every 10 minutes to 25 Bitcoins. What we can see that after the halving, Bitcoin went into an exponential growth phase. So it went from $12 to $1,200. That equals a 100x growth. Imagine you just invest like $100,000, you would have like $10 million in just like a year. So, and if we follow the chart pattern, you can see the Bitcoin dropped in the following year 80% from its all-time high. And now, you know what happened probably when it went from $1,200 to $200 or $300. People went like, Bitcoin is dead, we're going to zero. Everybody lost money, they're stupid. And you know what happened shortly after that year? We could see that Bitcoin went into a 3-year bull market after that 1 year 80% decline. So in 2013, Bitcoin went down 80%, and from 2014 to 2017, Bitcoin went up 3 years. But mid of July 2016, when the next Bitcoin halving took place, and the amount of Bitcoins got cut in half again, from 25 Bitcoins to 12.5 every 10 minutes, Bitcoin went again into an exponentially bull run, going from $400 to $20,000, doing an amazing 50x. Now 50x, imagine you put €1 in, you'll get 50 euros out. Put 10 euros in, $500 out. Put 100 euros in, 5,000 euros out. Amazing growth after halvings. So already we can assume, based on the experience that we had in the halving of 2012, we had a 100x. On the halving of 2016, we had a 50x. You can always see that once the inflation rate gets cut in half, or the supply gets cut in half, the price always follows an exponential growth. And it's logical that actually the price goes up. One of the reasons is because mining is very costly. So it costs like a lot of electricity to mine a Bitcoin. Let's say at that time probably a Bitcoin was $1,000. It costs $800 to mine one. So people had to pay $800 in electricity cost, meaning that they actually, let's say one Bitcoin is $1,000, they make $1,000, they have to sell $800 worth of Bitcoin to the market to pay the electricity cost. So actually every time the halving steps in, the amount of Bitcoin that are possible to sell by miners is half. So it's logical that there's half the supply on the market, so the price will go easier up than down. So what happened again? So after Bitcoin was at $20,000, it dropped again the following year from 2017 to 2018 at around 80%. And what happened in that time, you could hear it again, all the people being like, I told you it's going to zero. It was at 20,000, now it's at 3,000. I remember that time when it was at 3,000 and people go like, nah, don't buy it. And I was like trying to buy as much as I can because I was like, but it went down always after the all-time high, 80%. Always, it happened always in the past, so it should go up again, right? And I was like, even I was a bit worried, right? But I followed the history. Around mid-2020, when the next halving took place, the amount of Bitcoins that were created by miners again got cut in half. So from 12.5 Bitcoins to 6.25 every 10 minutes. And I was expecting what's gonna happen now, right? And I was like, it has to go up, right? And what happened after the second halving? We went from $3,000 to $69,000, reaching a new all-time high in Bitcoin. So, and of course, and I knew already at the time, like, oh yeah, we went up 20x, it's time to sell a bit, bought the Ferrari, spent some time, bought an apartment, saved some money up, because I knew in the past, when Bitcoin goes up 1 year after the halving, exponentially. But then after that year, it goes down. So what happened? 2021 to 2022, Bitcoin again showed us the pattern to drop 80%. Look now, it's at $16,000. Bitcoin was at 69. Calculate, it's around 80%. So now, what we're gonna do? We're gonna follow the same pattern again. So what gonna happen now? We're gonna see the past, what happened, and the present. And now we dropped 80%. Every time Bitcoin dropped 80%, we went into a 3-year bull market phase. So what will happen? We are now in the next 3-year bull market. But it's gonna go slowly, the next 1-2 years slowly, and then the 2024 will the halving occur again. And then the amount of Bitcoins that are produced by miners every 10 minutes is again cut in half. So from 3.25 Bitcoins, the miners will only create 3.125 Bitcoins. So what we will do now, we will take full advantage about the current Bitcoin cycle. We're already 80% down. It's the perfect time to buy. Don't listen to the people that are telling you, oh, now it's down. Now it's stupid to buy. Those are exactly the people that tell you to buy at 69,000 and then they lose everything. So don't listen to them. Just do the same thing like the past history showed us to do. So just imagine, now you can get for 69,000, 3.5 Bitcoins. 1 year ago you got 1. Of course it's a good time to buy. If you don't believe it's a good time to buy, then you're irrational. And trust me, there will be the time when Bitcoin goes to 100K. And when it's at 100K and you will go to get your nice coffee at your coffee shop, and once your local barista tells you to buy Bitcoin again at 100,000, but you already bought at 16, what you will do is you will sell your Bitcoins to him. And once Bitcoin goes to Goblin Town and loses 80% of its value, you're gonna take the money that the barista gave you and you're gonna buy his coffee shop, and at the end you're gonna employ him, but please not as your financial advisor. So guys, please do me a favor, just follow what I said in this video, because most people come to me and ask me like, you were just lucky with crypto, or you just hit the right timing. To hit the right timing is just obvious. If you see this market, you can see it's 80% down. Where else should it? I'm not selling anymore. I sold already. Everybody sold already. It's at 16,000. We're gonna maybe go to 10,000, but if you buy at 16,000 and you wait till it goes to 10,000 and you still have capital and you buy at 10,000, even more, I'm still waiting. If it goes to 10,000, I'm gonna buy so much, and if it goes then to 50,000, I'm starting to sell again. You know, because at 50,000, the average person that is manipulated by the media, because the media is gonna start to hop on the wagon when Bitcoin is at 50K, they're gonna be like, oh, Bitcoin is at 50K, let's write an article because now we're gonna get a lot of clicks. And then the average person will be like, oh, nice, that's a nice time to buy. So I'm just gonna buy now at 50K. I'm gonna sell to them, buy the next Ferrari, and they're gonna be like, why is he driving the Ferrari? I just bought Bitcoin at 50K. NPCs, the Matrix. Thanks for watching the video. Have a great day. Give a like and subscribe. And just do one thing. Buy Bitcoin now.